Greetings, Internet! Repugnant Gamer here. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video, and I apologize for that. A lot of things have been going on, but what I wanted to do was, a long time ago, I had a video of my explanation of what's going on in PT. Unfortunately, I lost that video a long time ago, and it never got uploaded to my page. So, even though this teaser is old and we're not gonna get the actual game, although I'm still blindly hopeful, I still felt I wanted to get this out there so that if people were still interested in the details of this game, they could still see it. So that's what we're doing today. Alright, so I'm going to do my best to explain what I think the story is, or stories, should I say. And I'm also going to try and show you that you can get through this demo 100% without being attacked. And I know there's no fun in that, I get it. But I don't like the jump scares. So let's do this. Alright. Just a second. I just realized. No, they're on. Alright.
The father purchased the rifle used in the crime at his local gun store 2 days earlier. This brutal killing took place while the family was gathered at home on a Sunday afternoon. The day of the crime, the father went to the trunk of his car, retrieved the rifle, and shot his wife as she was cleaning up the kitchen after lunch. When his 10-year-old son came to investigate the commotion, the father shot him too. His 6-year-old daughter had the good sense to hide in the bathroom, but reports suggest he lured her out by telling her it was just a game. The girl was found shot once in the chest from point-blank range. The mother, who he shot in the stomach, was pregnant at the time. Police arriving on scene after neighbors called 911 found the father in his car listening to the radio. Several days before the murders, neighbors say they heard the father repeating a sequence of numbers in a loud voice. They said it was like he was chanting some strange spell. There was another family shot to death in the same state last month, and in December last year, a man used a rifle and meat cleaver to murder his entire family. In each case, the perpetrators were fathers. State police say this string of domestic homicides appears unrelated, though it could be part of a larger trend such as employment, child care, and other social issues facing the average family.
Okay, so that radio gave us 3 scenarios. 3 different families who died. They all happened to die in similar ways. But what's important to notice... Let me back away from the awful sound. What's important to notice about the first story is that they caught the father. We're going to find out later that one of them was not caught, or wasn't found alive. So that just proves, that goes to prove that they're 3 different stories. The third obviously being the one that involved a gun and a bladed weapon. So we have 3 different stories going on, which is, I think, is part of the developer's way of showing that it was Silent Hills, plural, that there was multiple things going on at the same time. I think that was the theme. Okay, so we're going to press on now. It's so shiny and bright. For now. Now, the fact that this is military time kind of leans into my idea of what the numbers mean. Not the numbers on the clock, but the 204863. I believe, and I've thought about this for a long time, the numbers have been bothering me for years, but I think because of the fact that Hideo Kojima is Japanese, and Guillermo del Toro is obviously foreign as well, that we're talking about foreign numbers. And I believe that in certain countries, they reverse their dates. So I think 2048 is the year, 6 is the month, and 3 is the day. So I think the importance of those numbers is June 3rd of 2048. Now if you look up June 3rd, 2048, apparently the Earth is supposed to have a very close encounter, and at first they thought there was going to be an actual impact with a comet. So that was kind of interesting to find out. Whether or not that has anything to do with this, I doubt it, but I found that fascinating. Oh no, the door's locked. Can't go through the door. Okay. These guys really knew how to mess with me, because I don't like bugs. Yes. Can I help you? No? You sure? Okay. I'll just walk away then. Now, people, when they first played this, were supposed to notice, hey, there's a picture frame off the wall, and that explains that you're supposed to use R3. Most people miss that. It's fine. I still don't know what that's about. I know the picture's important later. But now it means nothing. Oh, yay! Nothing else to say, huh? Okay. I'm still very impressed with the look of this game. What you want? Ugh. Screw you, giant bug. The bugs might be a reference to the original Silent Hill, too. I remember that game had some big, ugly, nasty bugs in it. Stop that. Swingy McGee. Okay. For a while, we don't learn a whole lot more because there's no dialogue, unfortunately. But yes, here's where we can start picking up these guys. Which, those sentences were important to beating the game. They wanted the world to solve this together. Get the easy one. I don't know how people figured out that was there. I don't know. That's German. No! I can't get that last one. That's okay. It'll open. I also like the blurry to focused effect. Baby! I don't wanna. Who's in there? Ah, kid! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, lady. Alright, it's a little dark. I might not be able to get this piece. Oh, no, we got it. Let me just make sure I got them all. I'm pretty sure I did. Do. Yep, got them all. Sweet. Now, it's not necessary to do that. At least I didn't find that it was necessary, because I beat it by completing it and by not completing it, so it doesn't matter. Stop appearing, bugs. Stop it. Hey, lady. I always wondered why that one's not twitchy. Oh. Having earphones in your ear. You. Ew, I say. Ew. Flashlight, yay! It's always important to have a flashlight. Oh my god, they locked me in the bathroom. Why would they do that? Okay, so... there's a lot of blood stains on this wall. And in the tub. So I'm thinking... I'm pretty sure when you look through this hole later... this is the meat cleaver house. This has to be the meat cleaver house. Fetus! Hi, fetus! It's okay, Jack. It's okay. You know, I'm less concerned about being locked in here with that fetus than I am being locked in here with all these bugs. That's just me. If you ever see a racer head, that's what they were going for there. Okay, so the trick to getting the door open is that, which I don't understand, but open. Thank you. Whatever. Okay, so that's the thing that happened. Nobody's here yet. Okay. Now, this next loop, I believe, is where most people die. Yep. Okay. Gotta take it easy.
Took place while the family was gathered at home on a Sunday afternoon. Watch that
Dial
dial
now.
now.
We're just getting started.
Retrieved the rifle and shot his wife as he was cleaning up the kitchen. You can't trust the tap water. So his son came to investigate the
So this is
commotion.
Mexico?
The father shot him too.
Wait.
His 6-year-old daughter had the good sense to hide in the bathroom, but reports suggest he lured her out by telling her it was just a game. The girl was found shot once in the chest from point-blank range. The mother, who was shot in the stomach, was 204863. Seen after neighbors called 911, found the father in his car.
Sorry, just wanted to wait for the numbers.
Several days before the murder.
No! Look behind you. Forgive me, Lisa, there's a monster inside of me. Nice grammar. Okay, so yeah, the fact that every time you hear those numbers, there's a gap between 2048 and then 6 and then 3. That's where I come up with the date. Oh, baby, it's okay. Whoa! And if we look up, we see that person. Notice, they're not moving. Someone else is walking. They're just standing there. And then they leave. But they're still breathing behind you. That's how I know there's more than one ghost. Ghosts are not ventriloquists, as far as I'm aware. But so, yeah, we're definitely dealing with multiple ghosts. They all happen to be wives, of course, which is why I think they probably all look the same. We're also dealing with multiple children. Okay, this is where we're going to get another bit of information that's kind of important.
After killing his family, the father hung himself with a garden hose he had in the garage.
Yeah, so one of the fathers killed himself after he did it. And that is gross. There is someone in that fridge. Some poor kid. Poor kid. Didn't hurt nobody. Okay. Now in this loop we discover that there is in fact more than one child because you have the kid screaming in there, but the fetus is still here. Ooh. Alright. Hello. 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 That's not even words. Low, getting low, getting low, getting low, getting low. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. So we got multiple fathers, multiple wives, multiple kids. It is now midnight. And of course we found out that this is a foreign translation of War of the Worlds, which I think was probably just a reference to the UFO ending that Silent Hill usually had. Kind of cool. And then what I don't understand, and it might just be a developing error, I don't know, but this particular loop, this door, gets a white frame around it. Every other loop doesn't exist. Don't ask me why, it's just there. That's probably the most disturbing thing, is framed, it shows up out of nowhere. Also handprints. Interesting. And print. Okay. Now this is the Silent Hill 1 reference of drug use. Whee! Drugs. Yeah, if you found everything you were supposed to find in Silent Hill 1, you found out that the town had a drug smuggling scheme. The guy that ran the supply store was holding drugs for someone else. I believe it was Kaufman, but I don't remember that for sure. Woo. There it is. There's the hole. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay.
I got a message for all you folks out there in Radio Land. Now's the time for action. Our society is rotten to the core. I'm talking to all the fine, upstanding folks got their welfare cut, got their jobs.
There's no one in this room.
You know what to do. Now's the time. Do it.
No turning back now. And that's why I believe this is a meat cleaver house, because that happened. And there's stains in the bathroom, I mean, you know.
You got fired, so you drowned your sorrows in booze. She had to get a part-time job working a grocery store cash register. Only reason she could earn a wage at all is the manager liked how she looked in a skirt. You remember, right? Exactly 10 months back.
So that's a little messed up. I'm guessing the fetus is saying, "Sorry, bro, but I'm not yours." Your wife got that job, and the manager kind of, you know, did a thing. I'm guessing the father probably thought it was consensual, but I bet you it wasn't. I bet you the manager did something terrible. But we'll never know. I'm so sad that we'll never know all the details. I really liked this segment. I thought it was different. It reminded me a lot of one of my favorite movies of all time, Jacob's Ladder, which is what inspired Silent Hill, one of the movies. And it's very much like that. Eyeballs on the wall. Oh, getting nice again. Yay. A little too bright. This house would give me a migraine. Real bad. Also, it stopped raining. They have bars on the windows. So you can't get out through a window. You can't just vault your way out the window. Because that's what I'd do. As soon as I started seeing weird shit, I would jump out the window. I'd be like, bye. If I couldn't get the door open. Yeah. Fun fact about this painting. When I first saw it, I thought it was a toilet. Looks like a toilet to me. Other people saw boobs. Turns out it's an upside-down photograph of a tunnel. Thought that was kind of neat. Doesn't look like that at all, but it's like a reverse negative or something. Ah! Need more drugs. We take these really gross-looking pills. Now I've heard, depending on what you're looking at the time, you can get different fake crash screens. So I'm gonna look at the phone and see if I get the one about the call. No, that's the one that'll say I'll call later, I think. So I'll look at the radio. See how that goes.
204863. 204863. 204863. 204863. 204863. 204863.
knowing you, I was sure you'd notice this game and play it. I will can never forget that day 20 years ago. I have something to tell you. Contact me, Jay. I don't know who Jay is. But, interesting. I always thought that weird buzzing sound was like bugs or something, but then I realized, no, that's the phone. It's the phone ringing. Then everybody goes, oh no, did I win? Did it break? Oh no, what's going on? Now I do need to point out that the only way to get the bag to talk to you is to get attacked by Lisa, or one of the 3 ghosts. Because I have the flashlight, I can go up to the bag, but it won't say anything even if I zoom in, I don't think. Yeah. Bag's like, fuck you. Yeah, I ain't saying a word. You lived. And I wish I could count all these hash marks. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. But they start to get kind of fadey. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 times 5 is... Yeah, there's just so many marks. I'd have no way of knowing how many are actually here. But Kojima doesn't seem like the guy that leaves things at just random. Like, these are supposed to mean something. If you add them all up, maybe. I don't know. But anyway. Okay. Now to beat the game. We have to wait for midnight. Then we take 10 steps. Then we wait for the haunting sounds. And we say a particular name that was in the sentences from the picture fragments. And I love how that one guy, and I can't remember his name, I'm sorry, I do apologize, but he went through this extreme lengths to figure out that the name you needed was Jareth, and I'm like, no, it's not. I don't know how you came to that conclusion, but... Jack. In the translated sentences, the only name that's ever given is Jack. That is the name that you need. As I just proved. And my controller's vibrating. Phone time. Hey, it's Phone Guy. Wait, wrong franchise.
You've been chosen.
Yeah, I know. I've always been chosen. So, before I walk out the door, like I said, I figured out through the information given, there are 3 stories that involve 3 different fathers, 3 different wives, 3 different children. Or more than 3 when you count, how many each family had. But we know one of them died, one of them was caught and went to jail. We don't know what happened to the 3rd one. So, it stands to reason, if we were playing one of those fathers, we're playing the one that we don't know what happened to him. We'll never know that because this game will never come out. Thanks, Konami. But I still think it was fascinating. I think that Kojima and Del Toro did a fantastic job. When I first heard about it, I was terrified to play it. I just watched other people play it. I was like, nope, I just, nope. Especially when the jump scares happened and everything. The sound, the score, fantastic. I have nothing but praise for this teaser. So, it's just a sad loss, and thankfully, Capcom said, hey, we're gonna do right by fans, and we're gonna give you, a Resident Evil very reminiscent of this, and they did, and thank goodness for them. Bravo to them. I do look forward to Kojima's new game, Death Stranding. That looks very interesting. I don't know if he'll tie that into this in any way. If he even can legally, I don't know. But my wish is that Konami actually sign the rights over to this franchise to someone else. Anyone else. Except EA. Don't you dare give this to EA. But I just wish they would let someone else continue to make these games, because it's such a beloved franchise for a lot of us, and we don't want to see it go away. So I'm going to leave you with the trailer to The Game We'll Never Get, and I thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this instructional video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Dad was such a drag. Every day he'd eat the same kind of food, dress the same, sit in front of the same kind of games. Yeah, he was just that kind of guy. But then one day he goes and kills us all. He couldn't even be original about the way he did it. I'm not complaining. I was dying of boredom anyway. But guess what? I will be coming back, and I'm bringing my new toys with me.